that okay?
Yeah.
Alright. This guy is Eng Si.
Oh, okay.
He's been serving in Light of Jesus since the 18th century. He's been, since the time of Magellan. Okay, that's even 16th century. Really, really just want to thank him for his faithfulness to God. How many years now serving God? Eng?
86 bro eh.
1986. Can you believe that? Since 1986. That's crazy. He is the district builder of Quezon City and Valenzuela. We're turning over Valenzuela to another guy. Eng will be focusing now on Quezon City, and just building one fiesta after another, bringing a lot of people closer to Jesus. One of the things I love about Eng is his passion. He is so passionate. I hope you hear him preach. He's also someone who has been I think his greatest blessing. I mean, of course, next to Jesus. His greatest blessing is his kids. He's got 5 children. All of them are serving God. 2 of them are feast builders. Would you believe that? You've got RJ, 34, RC, 38. Amazing guys, serving God, leading their own feasts. Eng Si is not only a minister in terms of blessing people outside his family, he's blessing people inside his family. Now that is a lethal combination. Let's face it, there's so many guys out there who's serving in church, but their families in shambles.
Iniyak ko na yan dati. Parang seeing my kids on the stage, wow.
Yeah.
Grabe yung iyak ko. Yung sabi mo nga sabi mo dati pwede na mag-retire di ba? Well, sabi ko, yes, pwede na Lord kasi nandyan naman na sila. Parang, if you will call that a trophy, bro, that's my greatest trophy. Kung halimbawa pwedeng iyabang yan, iyayabang. And ang prayer ko, wag akong maligaw kasi nakasunod sila sa akin. Nag-aalala pa rin akong baka bigla akong maliko di ba? Pero hindi, dahil alam ko nakasunod sila, parang I really ask God to, Lord, yung patubay mo, ito, susundan ko lang siya dahil alam ko nakasunod sila sa akin.
Nympha is also a miracle woman.
Of course.
Eng's wife. So because of Eng and because of Nympha, you've got 5 kids serving God.
Yeah.
And this is a family that we all emulate. We try, and we pray that one day we become like them. That's Eng Si.
God bless you.
Eng Si, 32 years in Light of Jesus. That just blows my mind. I mean, think about it. I've been married 20 years. That guy, we've been serving for 32 years. He's been in community for 32 years. Light of Jesus has been in existence, our ministry, for 38 years. And there are some leaders now serving that have been with me for those 3+ decades. That is one of the most wonderful gifts that God has given to me. I was 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, and these guys have come to my side, and shoulder to shoulder, we serve God. That is exciting. The reason I tell you why that's exciting is because, at the end of the day, anything great requires sacrifice and truckloads of commitment. You want to have a great marriage. Hello, you can't have just a 1-month affair, 1-year affair. It's for the long haul. Till death do us part. One of the things I love to just, talking to the guys who are with me is we actually don't formally say, okay, for the rest of our lives until death we will be brothers, and co-servants building we don't formally do that in some ritual, but that's what's happening. Why? Because bottom line, number 1, we prioritize relationships. Favorite topic of mine, I'm sure you're noticing that more than the goals, the projects, the work, The service, I believe, part of the building of the kingdom of God is establishing strong relationships. Because Jesus said, by their love shall they know that you are my disciples. So it's easy for the feast to be so big and exciting and having great preaching and excellent worship, and people will say, oh, that they're God is love and God is alive because of that. Yeah, that's fine. But Jesus said, no, people will know you're my disciples if you love one another. And that's my challenge. For the past 38 years, we've made so many mistakes in ministry. And one of the things I'm learning again and again, is that I just want to love people. And hopefully if I'm able to love people and we're able to prioritize relationships, that love that we have for one another, that will be the testimony. That will be the signboard. That will be the billboard where people will say, oh, they're disciples. They're following Jesus. Look at their relationships. That's why I love talking to Eng this morning. That's why every time I walk into this room and I start hugging these guys, I know this is what is the core of the building of the kingdom of God. We have a lot of projects. We're building a lot of feasts. We've got a lot of work for the poor, and we're all excited for that. I'm excited for that. And I know there's so much work to be done in this world. But number one is that we love each other. And we're not perfect. We're so not perfect. But we're trying our best to love each other. That's our call.